What's up? Nobody else is streaming, so I might as well. I gotta fix my camera. Although, maybe I'll leave it. Nope. No, it's all crooked and crap. There we go. Focus. There we go. Get this out of the way. Hopefully you can still hear me. I have to Octoprint just uploaded or updated. So reload that. We can shut this printer down. We can take the Flex PLA, which I'm going to use now. Paramount 3D Flex PLA. Flex PLA. Flexi. Let's see. Let's view in YouTube and pop out the chat. And the audio is going to come on here for a second because I was dumbass, didn't count my mic first. Pop out chat. Mute. Share. What's up, non-fam? Copy. Pop out chat. Let's see. This window, I can go to Twitter and post a link if anyone wants to come watch. Not that anyone wants to. Friday, just hanging out. And tweet. See what else is going on. And what did I just do with, didn't I pop out chat? Yeah, it is. It's underneath here. Too many windows, not enough screens. I need to go back to having multiple screens. It was way better than one big one. I'd rather have a bunch of small ones than one big one. I know that doesn't sound right, but it's true. It's absolutely true. All right. Now we have Octoprint running. And I got the control in thing, so let's lower the bed like a boatload. Not going the wrong way. Oh, you dumbass. Went the wrong direction. What's up, Matty J? I gotta flip that. The one thing I really liked about Repetier Host is I can share my screen and show you. Like when I want the bed to go down, I know Octoprint, Repetier, they all have, and I think I can do it in this. I just don't know how. But I want to lower the bed, but you got to hit the arrow up because it's based on the hot end, not the bed. But I still always do that backwards. When really what I want is the hot end or the bed to go down. So I want to use the down key, and I still hit the down freaking arrow, even though I know better. What's up? Let's get some other people in here if you guys want. And this thing is now hot, which means I got to spin it around. I got a whole bunch of junk in my way. Because I've been a slob lately with everything else going on in life. And I need to get the other side of that hot end to take the nozzle off. And I might as well. I love this. I can just pull the freaking, I don't have to hit anything. I don't have to do anything. I just spin the little thing and the filament comes out. It is hot. I heated up the nozzle in bed, actually. Take that out. And spin this around a little more so I can get to that thing. I'm going to need glasses. We could use some other people. Come hang out, Sergio, if you're not doing anything. If you're at home. It's my nozzle one. It's got other stuff attached to it. I think that's the nozzle one. Ooh, that might not be the nozzle one. You might have to use something else. I don't think I have a nozzle one. Now that I think about it, I think it's outside. Let's take the sock off. And of course, I can't see what the hell I'm doing, and it's all hot. Very, very hot. Where'd it go? It fell to the floor. This one goes on there. This one goes on there too, doesn't it? Nope. And what size is this? 7. That should be the right size. Oh, I can get rid of this here. Screen sharing. Stop screen share. So you can sort of see what I'm doing. That way you can see the hot end because you're right at the same height. Here, let's make it so you can. Because now that I've moved everything, I can actually bring this camera right the hell over here now, can't I? Because there's plenty of cabling. Can you actually see the hot end there? Sort of. You can sort of see the hot end there. I'm going to find the 6 nozzle too. I don't remember what the hell I did with it. Let's see, that's loosening, I think. I can't remember. All right. Put it in the middle of the night. Yep. And it's tightening. You know, it's weird. I used to be able to do this without even thinking about it. Back in the day, my brain just automatically knew which way to turn the nut. And I did so much stuff over the years that was reverse threaded, and now I have to think about it because working with a lot of equipment that spun, it was actually reverse threading that I don't automatically think about a nut and a bolt anymore. Started cooking, wife will take over soon. Good for her. And here goes that 2.0 nozzle, that 0.20. What's up, Danny boy? Hop in if you want. I have to find a nozzle. I have no idea what I did with it. I think it's in this pile of crap. I think it's in this pile of crap. This can go away. This thing's still freaking hot. For being on the block. Let's see. Let's not put that on the keyboard. I need a bigger desk. There's the 0.8 and the 0.6, and now I'm never going to be able to tell the difference on which is which. Oh, yeah, I am. That 0.6 is much newer, I think. I'm going to need a magnifying glass to be sure. What does that say? Can't read it. Because I'm old and blind. There's not enough light. That's 0.6, and it's definitely cleaner. 0.8 is a lot older. And so, I might actually try the 0.8 back on the Hamera over there. I forgot I threw that in there. When I mailed that to Joel, I literally have a box over here of like stuff I want to do or send out or give to people or whatever. And it's turned into like a junk box too, and there's like batteries and my earphones for working out in the yard, and it's just full of junk. And there was a whole bunch of stuff on the bottom, and I was just throwing crap in there. And I actually had Sus Dan up on the shelf up above it. It must have knocked off and fell in the box. And I grabbed it and I'm like, he'll get a kick out of this. So I sent it to him. It was kind of funny. I sent him the, all kinds of stuff. Just junk I found in my junk drawer that I thought Joel would get a kick out of. That stupid, he didn't really show it off as much as I would like to have. That stupid Joel bot print all the things. I literally did like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, year ago. I don't know, a long ass time ago. As a joke, because that was when print all the things, the guy with the holding and the screaming was a big thing. And I did a Joe bot print all the things. And kind of embedded Joe bot into the. And that was when I first started dabbling with, changing filament color, layer, color layering, layer coloring, however you want to call it. That was one of the first things I ever did that way. And it's kind of funny. I found that in that junk box along with a bunch of other stuff and just sent it all to him. Really, the only thing I was going to send to him is that hitting the block or is that down? That's down. All right. And it is warm, so I can give it an extra twist, and that's good. And she's mounted. Holy crap, socket's warm. It wasn't even on the nozzle that long. All right, 0.6 nozzle is loaded. I'm going to have to do a quick height adjustment because I know that nozzle's a little bit longer than the other one. This filament extrusion will go away, and this thing can go in here, and the other way around will feed better. And slip it up into the PTFE tube that everyone calls a reverse Bowden tube, but it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But sure, it's become a thing. It's like leveling the bed, so why not? I love it. You can just turn the knob and it freaking feeds the filament in. And look, hot filament comes out. It also gives you like a feel of how fast you can feed. And I gotta remember to switch my printer over into slicer too. Now that I think about it. All right, stringy filament everywhere. White filament. Stringy filament. All right. That's all good. I now have to home Z. I'll share a screen because then you can actually see it anyways because the camera's here. And let's make sure it's off the actual bed because I know it's going to hit, which is why I have it that way. And the machine set up, the homing slightly off the bed, so I can do dumbass things like this. Now I need a standard piece of white paper. Okay, I know I got a buttload of it around here somewhere, but this is perfect. Are you working again, Dan, or are you still home from the whole thing? You don't know what a sus Dan is? Come on, Sergio. Go watch, you'll have to watch 3D Printing or Joel Telling's latest video. Oh yeah, that's tight. And give that a few twists up. Rehome. Well, it's still tight. I knew it was longer, but I didn't think it was that much longer. And there we go. A little bit tighter will be good. Tighter than that. And yes, I'm doing it different than all you all do because I'm using 2 layers of paper instead of 1, and there's a reason behind it. And it's hard to describe, but it's mostly because I'm a dumbass and I learned to do this with 2 layers of paper when back when I was working with the original very first printer I ever had, the M3D Micro. And they used to tell you to do 2 pieces of paper because it was such a piece of crap. And the bed was made of plastic, not any kind of metal or anything. And if you hit the hot nozzle into the bed, it would melt right through it. So you got it with 2 layers of paper instead of 1 because you had that extra 0.7 millimeters of safety layer. I'm not kidding you. And that should be pretty good. And because I manually level everything, my hot end is good. So now I have to go to Idea Maker. And I'm going to have to change my printer to the LlamaCore, but I actually have to change the printer settings because I just changed the nozzle to a 0.6. And there was something else I have to change. Oh, right, the actual slicing. Add. Come on. Add, I said. 20 foot. I actually think I'm going to cut it too, because I really don't need it that long. Scale. Lindsay, I don't want it uniform. I'm going to do it at about 35 millimeters. Oh, come on, what did I do? Command Z. All right, try that again. Scale. Not uniform. X. Let's go to 35. Z and Y are at 100%. And do I have this? Oh, dumbass. I want to go to move. Do I have this so I can duplicate 3. I think I have this. I don't know if I set it up for this printer or not. And actually, it won't matter there. If I put that one next to that one really close, and I put this one next to this one really close, and then I select this one, and I back out, and I move it way forward. And I move these way back. I believe I can sequential print. Did I ever set it up? I did. And select a template, and I want to use TPU. Where's my flexible base PLA, PLA fine layer slow. No, totally editing. Well, I can use the TPU blades, but edit it. All right, 2 shells 3.5, extruder 6.2. Yep, it hasn't changed. Infill, I wanted about 30. Overlap 5% is good. I want my bottom at 6 and my top at 5. And supports aren't needed. Platform adhesion, let's do a skirt. Cooling, I want this to go away, and I want 75% at layer 3 and fan point, and at layer 5 I want 100%. That might be too much. Might just want to keep it at 75. And 210 at 60 is about good. Speed is 50s and 40s. I can deal with that. It's a little slow, but I am doing a flexible filament. Others, G-code, save, and slice. Models collide with each other. Oh, is there a way? See, this is the one thing I don't like. I want to be able to move this freaking window out of my way. That's one thing I don't like about Idea Maker. Now, how do I make these two slice together? By grouping them. This one and this one. Nope. This one. This one and this one. So this one I actually want to bring back here, and this one I'll bring forward. And I'm really wasting my time. I don't know what's going on in chat, because I can't see chat while I'm doing this. But somebody else should really come in here and hang out with me, because I'm really boring all by myself. Okay, this one and this one I can group together, right? Now I gotta remember how to. Her model groups. Add a group. I want this one and this one. Oh, you put that one in there and that one in there. That's how you do it. Okay. And I want to cancel. So those two should be grouped now. So when I slice it, well, slice is a, how do I slice it as a group? I've never done this part. Can I do sequential printing as a group? I guess I can't. Well, that's just no fun. There is a way. I know there is. That's just smashing. I knew that there's a way to do this, and I just can't think of what it is. The model sequential printing, range all models. Will it slice it then? The problem is, will it hit here? 24 millimeters. You know what? I don't think it will. There's only one way to find out. Export to local disk. Actually, cancel. Close preview. I'm going to separate these more just to make sure it doesn't hit like the fan shrouds. Or anything. Alright, start slicing. Cancel. I have to do it right here with sequential printing. Slice. And that should print one and then the other, and then it won't be all stringy, and it should be faster, even though I don't think it really is faster. So let's see, it does this one, and it does that one, and it does that one, and it does that one. But I'd really rather does that one. I'd really rather it would go across the back. And I think there's a way I can do that too. Can I wish this window could be moved to the side. It's so obnoxious. All right. I want this one back here, and this one up here. And it makes that 2 again. I don't want that 2. I want 2 back here. And it makes it 2 again. The minute I go so far, it makes it 3. I want that to stay 2. I'm going to have to talk to them about that. Per model. I wonder if it'll still work. I think it will. Because I don't think that'll hit. Let's see. What's the height of these things? 24 millimeters. That hit it 24 millimeters. I don't even think close. I think I got plenty. That's at 56, and that's not even close. Let's do it. See what happens, right? What's the worst that can happen? It breaks my Omnia drop. Export to local disk. Let's give it a shot. Worst thing that can happen is I have to cancel it. Oh, I already got it right here, don't I? And upload. 20 foot. This can get trashed. And this can get trashed. And this can get loaded. And I'm already up to temperature, so print away. Let's find out what happens. Let's find out what happens. You're looking through the Wise Cam right now. That's what this is. This is a Wise Cam mounted on my printer through Octoprint. I wonder if I can do an octolapse with. I wonder how it would work with sequential printing. Like if you set it to stop at a certain, like the center of the model, you can set octolapse stop at the center of the model. I wonder if it'll stop at the center of each model with sequential printing. I might have to play with that someday and find out. That'll be cool if it can. Let's find out what happens, if it'll even stick to the bed. I have yet to use the Flex PLA on the, what's up, Michael? On the PEI. I did put glue stick on it. That I've already done, although not very much. I should probably put more on it, to be honest with you. Just because I want to be safe. Because I've heard this stuff sticks to a PEI a little too well. You know what? I'm going to... I don't actually have it starting to print yet, right? Oh, it is. What is it waiting for? The bed to heat up. Let's be safe. Let's see. It's going to hit home and home, here and here. So it's going to hit right about there. And I'm going to over glue stick it because I don't want to ruin my brand new PEI. Right about there. Right about here. I heard this flexible PLA will stick a little bit too well to PEI. That's what I heard. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. So we're going to find out. I could always sand it off, but I don't want to run the brand new sheet. Almost brand new. Why am I not extruding anything? It's skipping. Did I go too high? Is it not homed when I homed it? Is it skipping? Cancel. Yes, cancel. This is what I hate about Octoprint. Oh, I didn't put the boot back on either. And lift the head. So it's not sitting there. And home. I said home. Oh, that's way too high. I don't know what it. That's right. Keep pushing the damn arrow the wrong way. I gotta make that switch. Repetier, I can switch that. And let's try printing again. No blue tape. I actually have blue tape. I was playing with it because I found I gotta put the sock back on. Where's the sock? Oh crap! I don't think I want to get it on there. Did I hit print already? I was using blue tape the other day for cancel. Yes. I don't want to put the frickin'. Of course, it won't cancel now that it's in the middle of the frickin' preheat. And then we'll go all the way through, and because it's Octoprint. See, Repetier would just cancel right now. It's the thing I like about Repetier better. It would just abort right now and be done with it. Or this is going to go finish the heating process, start printing because it's already loading the prime line and everything. Ah, boy. Did it cancel? It looks like it did. Let's keep the bed temperatures up. Let's go to controls and lower the bed out of the way so I can get the sock back on there. That's the other thing I absolutely love about this Omni Drop. That frickin' sock snaps right on there perfect. And it stays there, unlike the E3D ones that are kind of always falling off, dangling. They dangle. They're dangly. So, this will be the feet for the Hodge Podge printer, which I actually started building the other day. I haven't gotten very far. That's as far as I got. Oh, crap. Because I'm thinking about stuff. I don't know, did I stream the other day? I was playing with the concept of using the single extruder, single Z motor. And then using belts to tie the two together instead of having two Z motors, or having, like a lot of people do, the belt up along the top, which screw with the lead screws, and I don't have another lead screw. So basically the lead screw will have one lead screw guide the main side, and the other side will be tied through a belt in this thing on either I was thinking about doing it underneath the frame. We'll lift the other side of the carriage on the X carriage, which I think is a smashing idea. And the reason I want to use that over just using the belt altogether is that lead screw will give me a much higher, and it's printing beautiful. It'll give me a much higher resolution. I'm sure you guys have all heard this already, but this is like a single start, real high resolution lead screw that Jason from LDO sent me for the Hodge Podge. I guess it's used. From what he was saying, it was designed and played with, and it was like a demo unit that no one ever used, or they went to use and didn't produce, or whatever. I don't know the specifics, but that way I can use the high resolution Z height without having another lead screw. I can tie it by belts to the other side. The hell is that noise? It's just making a weird noise. Oh, never heard that one before. And it is my printer, so whatever. So there's that. That's printing now. What are you guys up to? Somebody come in here. This is really getting obnoxious, just listen to me babble. I'm going to have to play with Octolapse later. So we are back to a 0.6 nozzle on this puppy, which is awesome. And it is a currently printing flexible PLA. This is flexible, isn't it? Yeah. Double check, make sure I didn't put the regular PLA on there. And that fan is freaking loud. I need to do something about that parts fan. I don't like them little crappy loud fans. They push a lot of air. I will say that. He uses a real high volume air fan. But it's almost too much. So anyway, what are you guys up to? Anybody doing anything exciting on this Friday afternoon? I want more cocky to try using freaking ironing with Idea Maker on that block. He's not getting the concept. I'm thinking that it'll basically do the same thing he's doing with an extra layer. Matter of fact, I actually played with it. Because normally, and it's far from perfect, but that's with the 0.6 nozzle, 0 infill. Now it's printed this way, but there's 0 infill on that top, and there's only 2 layers. Now there's still a pocket there. You can see where it drooped, and it sucked down. But that's still better than what he got with 2 layers with that big nozzle, and I don't think it would droop as much and still look better with that big nozzle. I mean, it's not going to get rid of it, just like it did in here. Over here, this was actually like 5 or 10%. And I was actually playing with it. Where's the top? There's the top. So you can see it's still got the divots. You can see the one, because it was hexagon at 5%. There's the one, that's all it put in it was the one line coming down diagonal and then the little line the other way. But that definitely looks better than what he was getting with all the ribbies and the hollows and the pin cushioning. And I think with the fatter filament lines, it would look better. I mean, again, it's not going to be perfect, but it would definitely smooth it out and get rid of some of the pin cushioning. Not all of it, but I think 2 layers with ironing at and these I don't do ironing in the normal setting. I always do them when I know it's that much droop. I do it like 30 or 40% extrusion. Normally, ironing only does like 5% extrusion. That's the default. If you bring it up to 25, 30, 35% and have the droopies, it'll iron out the droopies to some extent and not add another layer. Now, there's really no advantage other than it's fun, because it probably takes longer for the ironing than just adding another layer. But I think it gives you a smoother, because Idea Maker doesn't just, like Cura, when I was looking at Cura like over extrudes the last layer and it comes back and it kind of half cuts and half extrudes back a layer, if that makes sense. And it uses the nozzle to like smooth down the high spots, where Idea Maker doesn't backstep. It actually goes up a half a layer. Like if you're doing 0.2 layer heights, it prints up to like 19.8 or 19.9, and then just does a half layer thickness with the ironing. It's weird. It does a little, it reacts a little different. I like it better. I mean, that's literally floating in the air, 2 layers. And yeah, you still see it droop. You can still see the infill pockets, but it definitely leaves a smoother finish. Where Cura, I never got to, I mean, I got it to iron just by using their default, and you do like 3 or 4 layers and then you hit iron. And it looks better than just the layer height. Ironing with Cura works, but you can't use that top ironing to fill in a droopy layer, if that makes sense. Where I used to do it, that's why I started playing with it, was because of TPU. I didn't want a real thick top layer. I wanted it more flexible. I was trying to print tires, and I was printing them on the side. And as I went up, and you're printing the top layer, if you put a lot of top layers, it's a sidewall of your tire. and ends up with a really stiff sidewall. So if you do less layers, but then use ironing to make sure that gets a nice sealed layer, even though you get a little pocketing in it, it's equal on both sides. You know, the side on the bed is your sidewall for the inside or the outside of the tire, and the top is your sidewall for the inside or the outside of the tire. But they're more even, where if you do, and they're flexible, if you do a lot of top and bottom layers, you end up with a really stiff sidewall and the tire doesn't work, which it still doesn't really work. TPU tires suck. But by using thinner, less layers, say, 2 or 3 layers for your sidewall instead of 5 or 6 layers, you can do 2 or 3 layers for a sidewall on top and iron it. It'll seal it. You'll get a nice smooth finish. It'll still be dimply, but it'll be smooth in the sense there won't be any like crosshair holes in it, and give you a thinner sidewall so it still reacts like a sidewall of the tires. Does that all make sense? I was thinking with that years ago. What Idea Maker was, a year ago? Not even a year ago. About a year ago, I guess it was. The Idea Maker started adding ironing. Because Kira had ironing for years before Idea Maker did. And I tried it with Kira years and years ago, and it worked better. But TPU tires suck. They just suck. I do think they'll make a good tread. Matter of fact, I think this might actually be better for like tank treads, the flexible PLA. Yes, flexible PLA, Sergio. It's flexible PLA. It's kind of like TPU, but more plasticky. TPU feels like a silicone almost, like a stiff silicone, like this stuff. It's still not rubbery. It doesn't react the same, but it feels more like this, where flexible PLA feels more like the old 70s rubber duckies. If that makes sense. These feel like kind of close. They don't really feel like rubber. They feel like flexible plastic, but I don't know how else to describe it. Yes, flexible PLA. You can get it through, the only place I know of that still makes it is Paramount 3D. And I'm pretty sure there's some other companies, but it's the only place I've been able to find it. And I've actually been having a good time printing with it. I haven't done a lot yet. I mean, the roll's still, you can't see the roll because it's juice glass. Still most of the roll there. I've done a bunch of little things, just testing with it, little blocks and stuff. And, I did you can't see it, but there you go. I redid my paper towel holder in it, where I used to have a red one. And I don't really want bright red, where one of these is a solid PLA and the other one's a flexible TPU. I don't really want bright red in my room of blues and greens. So I did it with flexible PLA in green, and it works fine. Seems to be all right. It's a little, I wanted to say it's stiffer. It's not stiffer. It's more, it's a different flex reaction. I don't know how else to describe it. It doesn't flex the same way. I don't want to say this actually feels softer, even though it's a harder shore hardness or whatever. This actually feels more flexible when it's printed. Yeah, I heard a lot of people complain about it. I'd say it's really stringy, and I found just the opposite. It's less stringy than TPU. Now, again, it's a pretty hard shore hardness. Whatever it is, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but of course it fell off the roll. like everything, there's got to be some way we can keep brand new rolls of filament on the roll. I'm sure you guys all know exactly what I'm talking about, because it just fell off the roll. Yeah, and again, I think it depends on the brands. This is the first time I've ever used it, so I don't know any actual facts about it, but I heard horror stories about it. Like, everyone I know that used it. Matter of fact, I think neither one of them are here, but I think Robbie Mack had some, and he hated it. It jammed, he had problems, it was stringy. From what I understand, it is very hyposcopic, or however, absorbs moisture. There's a word. I want to say hydroscopic, but it's actually not. It's like hyperscopic, even though it's not hydroscopic. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I think it's more moisture absorbent than regular like PLA is. That's why I actually got it. Was I wanted it to match colors. Paramount 3D, and I love their filaments. Otherwise, I love their PLA. I've never used their PETG. I think I'm going to try it next. Yeah, I have a feeling it depends on who makes it and what they add to it. Because there's an additive. It's regular PLA. They put a additive into to make it flexible, from what I understand. I don't know the facts. Someone else can search it up. Where's Mr. Buttram? He'd know. He'd be Mr. Googling it and Wikipedia and all that crap by now. From what I understand, it's regular PLA resin. It's the 490 whatever PLA resin. And they add an additive to it that keeps the PLA from fully hardening. It always stays kind of flexible. And it is definitely a plasticky flex, not a rubbery flex, if you know what I mean. It kind of, when it flexes, it doesn't like conform. It kind of just bulges a little bit. It's not as nice of a flex, if that makes sense. But it's fine for this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm going to print feet for the Hodge Podge printer out of it. I can print them out of regular PLA and they'd be stiffer. I could print them out of this, and maybe they'll absorb some vibrations out of it. I don't know. We're going to try it. I normally print them out of TPU. These are all out of TPU on it, and they help. They're not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I think they'd be better if I actually put the rubber feet and then did the cinder block, like, I don't know if you've ever seen. CNC Kitchen. He puts a big freaking block of concrete underneath his printers now. I don't know. Give it a shot. You should try it, Sergio. And one thing I do love is Paramount 3D has wicked colors. Now, they're flexible colors. That was what I was hoping for. I bought British Racing Green in regular PLA and the Flex, and the colors do not match. The flexible PLA is quite a bit lighter. I mean, it's still close, but it's definitely lighter. And from what I understand, all their flexible PLAs are a little bit lighter on shade than the regular PLA version. Whatever the resin is that they make the flexible out of turns it white. So it always has a lighter tone to it. But it's still a nice color, and they have a bunch of nice colors. They have their iron red in the Flex. And I want to try that next, if I like this. And I don't see a problem with it. It's just like TPU. Little different reaction. I want to try it. I'm going to make a RC car into a tank tread RC car, which is in this drawer right here. It's an old broken one that I'm going to fix. And I'm going to put skids on the front and put treads on the back and make it a snowmobile. We'll see. That's after everything else gets done. The Hodge Podge comes first because people donated for that. And I want to get that done. Considering it's been, almost a year? 6 months, 9 months? And I'm going to get that done and then give it away. I'm going to make it awesome. I'm going to make it better than any other printer. The Hodge Podge is going to be better than this. Not. Actually, you never know. And I think I got everything I need. I may pull the board off of this, though. Because I was going to put the new one. I got a brand new turbo. It's the same thing. It's SKR 1.4. I just did the exchange thing because the other one burned up and had the bad board. And the second SKR bad one. And it wasn't me. It's definitely them. Yeah, and if you look at Paramount 3D's site there, Sergio, thinking of that, it used to be cheaper to get it through Amazon. Because Amazon, they charged you $1 or $2 more than they did on Paramount 3D's site. But you had to pay shipping with Paramount 3D. It was like $19.95 for the roll of PLAs to Paramount 3D. It was like $6 shipping. But right now, if you get 2 rolls from Paramount 3D, you go over their $40 minimum free shipping. So if you buy 2 rolls of filament, I highly recommend getting PLA or PEDG from them. Their PLA is just freaking amazing. And then get a roll of the flax. You end up with free shipping and it ends up being like $1 or $2 cheaper than getting it through Amazon. And it comes wicked fast. I ordered the 2 rolls, and I had it less than a week later. I think I ordered them on Sunday and I got them on Wednesday, like a month or 2 ago. I love Paramount 3D. They're awesome. Wonder where they're actually made. I never did look on the box, like see. I'm pretty sure I actually think it's Taiwan. I think they're actually from Taiwan. I don't think it's Chinese. Say on the roll. Connect with us. ParamountThreeD.com. Who's texting me now? What the hell, Mom? Yes, I know my laundry's outside. It's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I really wish you'd stop. Anyway. Driving me nuts. This whole... Got it. Anyway. My poor mother's trapped in the house. Can't get out. She's old. Doesn't move. Pandemic. Can't go out. No one comes here. She's lonely. Oh well. That's life. So anyway, no one else is gonna hop in here. I might just kill it because I was hoping somebody else would pop in and hang out, chit chat. Yeah. You know, it's weird. It feels stiffer, like, on the roll. But when, like I said, my little, like, paper towel holder here, you know, I have the same thing ingrained down there. The actual flex, after it's been printed, I think the flexible PLA is softer. It's hard to tell because I'm not positive I did the same amount of, you know, top and bottom infill and everything. I'm pretty sure I did close, but I don't remember exactly what I printed this one, a year ago, 6 months ago, whatever. So I'm not exactly sure what I did for an infill and layer height and all that, you know, top, bottom layers. But This is stiffer than that is, no question about it. And I think I did about the same infill. So, but it's Friday, Mike. Get off that work thing. Anyway, I've been going an hour. You know what else I discovered today? I had to go to the pharmacy for my mother, and these were on sale. I think they're leftovers from Halloween. Not only are they thin Reese's, which I actually like. I think the peanut butter's too, I like regular Reese's because the peanut butter to chocolate ratio is good. But I think the peanut butter's still a little high. I don't like the Reese's eggs because I think the peanut butter content is too high. These are actually a little bit less peanut butter content, but they're dark chocolate. Dark. And they are freaking good. They pay me to not be on streams. Well, okay. That's probably a good thing. Not diabetic friendly. Not in the slightest. Matter of fact, I think the first 10 ingredients are sugar, alternate sugar, another type of sugar, and more sugar. And then a little peanut butter and chocolate, and then more sugar. What are the ingredients? Ingredients. Semi-sweet chocolate, which consists of sugar and chocolate. And then the second ingredient is cocoa butter, milk fat. Yum, gotta have that milk fat. Some other crap I can't even pronounce. A few more chemicals. Oh, look, peanut butter and then more sugar. So there's actually less sugar than I thought by percentage. But I guarantee you there's still a buttload of sugar in them things. I love dark chocolate, though. That's ooh. I really want the almond Hershey's almonds in dark chocolate. And I know they made them for a while, and I never got one. But I love that. I love you can buy chocolate covered peanuts and chocolate covered almonds and chocolate covered freaking all the nuts. And I've gotten dark chocolate covered peanuts and dark chocolate covered almonds, and they're just I love dark chocolate. I'll take dark chocolate over regular milk chocolate any day. On that note, it's been an hour and 3 minutes. And my printer is printing. And I did some slicing and I switched the nozzle. Hopefully it's still holding and not leaking. But I really didn't do it at full temperature. I only did it at 210. I did crank it pretty good. So it wouldn't surprise me if the nozzle works loose where I did it at kind of a low temp. Oh, I forgot I did what's the infill? I did hexagonal infill. Is that hex or is that, I can't see without my glasses. Or is that a wavy one? That's hex. You have a kid trucking up the driveway on his little mini bicycle. Freaking kid is bigger than I am. He's only I don't know, 12 or 13. He's 6 foot tall. And he's riding this little itty bitty kid's bike. It's funny. Like one of them little jumpy bikes. You go to those parks where they whip around but it's like a little bike. It's he looks ridiculous on that thing. Oh well, not my problem. Just funny. I'd give him a bike if I had one, but I ain't got one to give him. Well, other than my bike, and he ain't getting that. Someday I keep dreaming I might actually ride it again. I can never get my knees fixed. Someday. Look, the little llamas are going round and round and round. No. We must print. Look, little llama heads going round and round and round. Print new knees. Yeah. If it were only that easy. It doesn't exactly work that way. I wish I could. Because believe me, I would. So anyway, I guess since no one else can hop in, there's only like 4 or 5 people watching. I forget where it's Friday. There'd be more people wanting to hop on, especially where there's no one else streaming. Or is there someone else streaming now? I was hoping the rocket would take off today. There was another SpaceX. They were putting up a satellite. They were putting up a radio satellite there for X whatever radio. I think. Not positive. I just like rockets. I think they're cool. Oh, Zach's streaming. Well, I'm going to go over to Zach's. Oh, Zolan's over there. Nice, Zolan, you douchebag. Don't come over and hang out with me. Go and hang out with that Zach guy. So, there's Zach's stream. So, everyone go over there and hang out. On that note, I'm going to kill it. Laters.